Okay, Marketing Network International. We're here at the 2023 Canadian International Auto Show being held at the Metro Convention Center. I'm very happy to be speaking with both Kevin Lisso, he's the Vice President of Business Development at EnerSavings, and also Darren Keates, he's the Vice President of Business Development at Vista. Both you gentlemen, you collaborate on something very exciting, a solution that you're providing. A lot of persons get into the EV space not realizing it's not just about purchasing the vehicle. So what I'll do, I'll first allow you, Kevin, to talk about what you do at EnerSavings, and then I'll come to you, Darren, and then you can tell us about how you both collaborate and the solutions that you provide. Kevin.
Sure. EnerSavings is a green energy company. We're not just into the EV space. We also are into all green energy products, HVAC equipment, LED, water conservation. So we're a green energy company looking to lower GH emissions and make our planet a healthier planet. So discussing EVs though, there's no doubt EVs have taken off. Sales are doubling every year. We just hit just almost 9%. So we've hit that tipping scale and we're up over the 8%. So it's well on its way. And now it's, the governments have set mandates that by year 2035, there will be no more gas-fired vehicles that will be manufactured or imported into this country. So we got some work to do because everybody's going to be out buying EV cars, and the adoption rate is going to get larger and larger and larger. So one of the fears out there with people buying EV cars is, what if it runs out of electricity while I'm on the road? How am I going to get from point A to point B if I don't have a charge? And if I have to get a charge, do I have to sit in lineups, long lineups? When I get the charge, how long does it take? And do I have to set aside hours of my day to do the charging? These are all myths, okay? And it all starts with getting your charger at home, okay? So just like your cell phone or any of your laptops or electronics, you come home, you plug them in, they charge, and you use them. Same thing when it comes to EV chargers. You need an EV charging system at home. And by installing this, you come home at nighttime, you plug it in, you get up in the morning, you have a full charge, you can drive 400 to 500 kilometers. You can go about your normal day-to-day business and not worry about running out of electricity. To actually take this one step further, so that's at home. So now at work, so we call it home work and play. At work, many corporations now have approached us, and we are installing EV chargers at the workplace. So when you get to work, you can charge your car at work. Also, when we say play, when you're out shopping, or you go to a shopping mall, or you go out to a movie, or you go out for dinner, when you go to these locations, destination locations, they have chargers you can plug in and top it up, or get another 200 kilometers while you're doing what you're doing. So there is lots of charging out there, and our job at EnerSavings and our job is to make sure that the infrastructure is built and the chargers are there for the people to be able to charge these systems. The next part of it is the affordability part of it. When you're buying an EV car, they're not cheap. Sometimes if you get into, purchasing a charger for a home, you're looking at $1,000, but then what does it look like, your electrical panel? Do you have enough power? Do you have 100 amp service? Do we need to upgrade the panel? So this is where our partners from Vista come in, where they've got a fantastic plan, and I'll let Darren talk about it briefly as far as how that all works. But let's put it this way. For the minimal amount of monthly payment, it's about a quarter of a tank of gas, and you can have a charger at home on a monthly basis.
Thank you so much for that, Kevin. And we'll come over to you, Darren. You're over here. You're the Vice President of Business Development at Vista, and as Kevin mentioned, you work in collaboration. Tell us more about what you do, and particularly what we're talking about, EV space. Kevin mentioned commercial, play, work. Talk to us more about that.
Wonderful. Well, first, Vista's very excited about our partnership with EnerSavings. Vista's a financing company. We've been in business since 2002. We have a network of 350 HVAC contractors that we do financing with, And this new venture with EnerSavings is a very exciting one for us. So as Kevin already mentioned, there's three main areas of business here where Vista can provide a solution. So we have the multi-unit residential buildings, the MURBs. Mainly, these buildings have a challenge ahead of them now to get the upgraded infrastructure. Now, Kevin's product gives them an option to, rather than upgrading the whole electrical room, they have an energy management system that they can install that is far less expensive. And from there, you can bolt on individual rentals or subscriptions for each customer that wants to have an EV charger in their parking spot. So this becomes, the monthly payment plan becomes the path of least resistance. The other issue is, of course, electrification for the car dealers. So they've got two challenges. One being, they got to get the infrastructure into their buildings, and that's coming fast. And many of them aren't ready for it, but they have to do it. So they gotta. There's many stages involved in getting their certification, but one of them is they got to be able to charge cars. So they're going to be looking for level 2 chargers and level 3 chargers and all that backbone infrastructure into the dealership to make it happen. The car dealer wants to use their working capital to put product in the showroom, right? So they can sell cars. So we offer a solution to using their working capital by offering them a commercial lease program to pay for that subscription, right? So they can spread their payments out and again, keep the parking lot full. The other issue that car dealerships are going to be having with electric cars is they want that new car experience to be a good one. And a lot of homeowners aren't factoring in, as Kevin already mentioned, the added cost of putting in an EV charger, level 2 charger, in the home. So most cars come with a dumb charger, and they take up to or more 18 hours to charge the car. It's not convenient at all. So most people are going to upgrade to a level 2 charger. But this isn't a charger that's easily just plugged into the garage. You need an electrician, a licensed electrician. You might need panel upgrades. There's a wall bore through the garage. There's a breaker, there's a NEMA plug. Up to 50 feet of wiring is included in our basic package. So, we're creating a very simple solution for the homeowner to say, okay, enjoy your new car. And you could be spending anywhere between, $70,000 and $150,000 on a new electric vehicle. But everybody forgets about that, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 they might have to spend to get a charger in their garage, that added convenience. So that's where we come in with the subscribe and drive program in partnership with Kevin and his team over at EnerSavings. So we have a basic package for customers. They can come over to our booth if they want to, scan our QR code. They can upload their information and get their subscription ready. So we're very happy to be doing that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Darren. And in terms of the partnership between both you gentlemen, EnerSavings and Vista, going forward, you mentioned it yourself, Kevin, the government is saying by 2035, they want all electric vehicles to basically be on the roads in Canada. Let's talk about realistic. Is that really realistic, Kevin?
Well, I wouldn't say on the road. What I would say is that they have mandated it that you cannot manufacture or import a car.
Okay.
People will continue to drive their gas motor vehicles for years to come, right?
Yeah.
But we see, when you look at South Korea, you look at California, you look at Vancouver, you look at Quebec, they're leaps and bounds ahead of us here in Ontario. Leaps and bounds, okay? Vancouver, which we've been working in now for almost 5 years, their adoption rate is about 34% right now. So 34% of people buying a car are buying EV. And that's literally going up 8 to 10% per year. So you can see in 5 to 10 years from now, if new vehicle purchases are 50, 60, 70%, slowly but surely it will start replacing all the actual gas vehicles, right?
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for that, Kevin. And as we wrap our conversation here, just a final comment from you, Darren, in terms of affordability. That's one thing that persons are concerned about when they think about EVs, when they think about all the different, the costs itself to get the actual vehicle. Affordability, I think you did mention something about that in your presentation just now. If you could just go over as we wrap in terms of the affordability. Folks who are listening to this conversation and thinking, well, can I afford it anyway?
Absolutely. I mean, As far as the equipment costs and what electricians charge, I can leave that to Kevin, but we've packaged a deal for the consumer with EnerSavings that includes up to 50 feet of wiring, the electric vehicle charger, the NEMA plug, the breaker, installation and cleanup for $38.99 a month on a monthly plan. That, and for most cars, is about a quarter of a tank of gas. So that's for a quarter of a tank of a price of a tank of gas. You can have a convenient electric vehicle charger in your garage.
Can't not afford to not do it.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. And affordability, your comments on that, please, Kevin.
Affordability, it's an absolute no-brainer. I think one of the things we haven't talked about is the planet, and cars and vehicles are the #1 contributor to our global problem of GH emissions. So we need to put a little emphasis on that, and we got to start treating our Earth a little bit better, and reducing GH emissions is a big part of this. But, you know, affordability from the standpoint, I know what I spend. I spend on average about $450 a month on gas. And I know that the new EV that I'm purchasing that is on order, it's actually going to cost me, every time I fill up, $8 to $10 for 450 kilometers. So there's big savings there, which makes this affordable.
Thank you so much, folks. We have been speaking to Kevin Lisso, who is the Vice President of Business Development at EnerSavings, and also to Darren Keates. He's also Vice President of Business Development at Vista. And both of these gentlemen, they work in collaboration to give you affordable solutions towards your EV charging and installation requirements, home, commercial, and at play. Thank you both gentlemen for your time. Marketing Network International here at the 2023 Canadian International Auto Show. Thank you.